Sometimes you crave idiocy in the morning, so let's get to love after lockup. But let me make a snack for you. So the episode opens with Lisa and her coot. He's the richest coot we've seen on the show. She comes out of prison giving femininity, looking like Rob Dixon. Sister. Sister. But she already want to get behind the wheel of his car. Back with Ray and Brittany, aka Paige 2.0, aka Trowel. Since we've already had Shovel, she would be the Trowel. She's like, I don't know what he doing. He getting out of the van. He ain't coming over to see me. So he couldn't have people pick him up, so they had to take him back to the facility. Oh my God. This bureaucratic bull. So they get to the facility and she run up to him and he say, oh, I miss you. How do you miss somebody you don't know? I think the appropriate thing to say is nice to meet you. So we find out Ray had a really hard life, but they taken him to the halfway house and his heifer happy because she's like, okay, good, this will give me some time to adjust. I don't know if I want him in my house just yet while I'm sleeping. Might wake up and all my shit gone. And you might. However, now we're with Leslie Nope and her big slow as he tries to grope her while she's driving. Ooh. You can look at her and tell there's something missing up here. Something. A functional T. Now we have Anissa, and she's been a cougar her whole life. Well, she's looked old her whole life. She said, my ex-husband was a kind, sweet guy, but I got bored with that. I got bored with being treated well and knowing that he'd have his half of the mortgage. So let me go get a felon. I need something with some edge. So you done been with this fool, pen palin, for 11 years, and he was supposed to show up and marry you twice, but he didn't. What was he getting, some type of weekend release? The first 2 times he got released, so he got out of prison, didn't see you, and then went back to prison, and then was like, hey, back in the who's gal, need some money on my books, and I'm sure you put it there. Her friend said, I don't even know if this man is real. She might just be doing this for attention. Then why are you friends with her? If my friend is doing something like that for attention, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, we all need attention at times. Look at me. But you've got to know how to do it in a healthy way. Lying, that ain't healthy. So now we got the heifer with the confused looking guy, the one that said, yeah, you ain't getting no puss, I'm going to my mama's, and her mama done turned les while she was in prison. The confused looking guy is on his way to pick her up, I'm sure, so he can chauffeur her around and take her shopping all day. He ain't gonna get nothing for his troubles but heartache and empty pockets. But you know what they say, a fool and their money are soon parted. So the little heifer saying, well, I'm already talking to some of my exes because, I had 4 years to do and they wasn't about to wait on me. The mama said, well, why are you taking advantage of the confused man? She said, I love him. No, you love his money. So Deontay come in and the mama like, okay, I just want to make sure you ain't with my daughter because she pretty. However, she told her daughter don't be using him. But she did say, I could see my daughter back in prison. I think I got a little jailbird on my hands. She like things too much, but don't like working for him. The mama asked the daughter, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? She said, I don't know. I'm going to let Deontay take care of me for a while. He looked too confused to be taking care of anybody. But he tell the mama, we engaged. Engaged to do what? Go to lunch? So the mama say, oh, are you seeing anybody else, Deontay, since you mentioned women rather than one woman? He said, oh no, I bought myself a toy so I wouldn't cheat. Oh, you stupid. Oh, God. The look on the mama's face. She's like, I'm surrounded by losers. My daughter's a loser. He's a loser. Everybody's a loser in my life. Well, you're a loser too. I can tell by that cotton candy shit on your head. The mama go into the bathroom where the daughter is, and she said, you didn't tell me you were engaged. We're not engaged. You think I would marry a mock and a moron? So she said, look, I asked you for a panky ring. And then you said, oh, we may as well get married. I said, yeah, joking. Wasn't on no one knee. And I ain't getting married with a panky ring. He wants to be engaged so bad, I think he made that up in his head. But this is what happens when you have a charlatan and a mark and a moron. You never really know what's true. Because that was a half assed proposal in my mind. That was a play proposal. It's amazing how fast the honeymoon situation goes in these relationships. We back with Leslie Knope and her felon post coitus, and they taking him to the halfway house, and he's like, I gotta be home at 5, but hey, at least I get to go out a little bit. He letting Leslie run things right now, but I'm telling you, he got a hair trigger. He gonna be problems. He walk into Leslie Knope's house and say he the man of the house. You the man of the house. Ain't paid bill to first, ain't nothing in your name. Ain't got no job, but you man of the house. Ain't brought home one slice of bacon, but you the man of the house. Maybe you the dick of the house. Actually, no, you're house dick. You are not the man of the house. You're house dick. You're a dick that happens to reside in her house. You're basically a hobosexual. These men and their egos. I'm the man of the house. Get a house first. Get a house, get a couch, get a TV, get some cable, get some lights and stuff in your name, and then we can talk. Man of the house. Man, that ain't your house. He said, I ain't messing this up. My son and me ain't never lived this good. If I mess this up, I mess this up for both of us. We are out on the street. So I'm going to eat that pussy proper and take out the trash. Look, if you know how to hobosexual, you can turn yourself into a gold digger. Across town, Anissa's friend is coming to check on her because he don't believe this man is real. If they let her come on here and catfish, I will cackle. I'm like, you know what? It's time somebody gets one over on production. Her friend says, so you sure he real? You sure he exists? He's not imaginary, I promise. Like they've been through this before. Like she's made up imaginary boyfriends before. I mean, that's what gay men do in high school. Oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. She lives in Canada. So she go to get something, and I think, oh, like Jocelyn Hernandez, she about to pull out some proof that he's real, and she go to get her wedding dress. And her friend is like, girl, this is not a good idea. You don't know this fool, and he's broken your heart twice. I mean, you got one good time to stand me up at the altar. One good time. Quiet as it's kept, your friend has come over and talking to you is kind of cute. Maybe you should get with him. He seems nice and he cares about you. I like the beard. If he got a job, honey, you better run with it. He might have a benefits package too. He looks like he might. Look like he got dental. Back with Brittany, aka Trowel, and Ray, they race into the halfway house and hoping they ain't late. I'm sick of this. They do this every freaking episode. I think that's gonna be where the shit in, because they gonna end it with the cliffhanger. Will he make it in time, or is he gonna be sent back to prison? Oh, they actually showed the drop off and he made it in time. You want to have 2 kids back to back with him? Let him get a job and work a couple months back to back. Let him get a year out, 12 months of no law breaking and no issues in your relationship back to back. Girl, you don't know this fool. Back with the coot, the heifer said, we had an emotional connection over the phone, but not so much in the physical world, 'cause you want pussy. I'm sorry, you walked out of that prison a full lesbian. You were giving femininity. Ain't nothing wrong with lesbonics, honey. But you with this coot for coin. No sooner than I said it, she's like, you gonna learn how to put these wigs you got for me on. I want to dress you up. And he says, oh, you like that? She said, well, you know I like women. Oh my goodness. Lesbonics. So we ended with the coot telling the heifer when her son called, you need to drop them problems. You know, your family ain't nothing but baggage. Maybe you need to leave them alone and just worry about me. She's like, my kid needs me. I just got out of prison. He's like, yeah, fuck your kids. Well, that was the shit. So we open with the Coots lesbian saying, I'm sick of the wigs. I don't even have any words for Stan. This guy is a joint. Usually it's the prisoner that's the one with the butt on their shoulders. This time it's the rescuer. So the Coots friend comes over to his place, and he's got on a hat and a shirt that say, I'm a racist, without saying I'm a racist. And it's just so horrible now that a simple red sweater can have a very sinister meaning. Now, I love a red sweater, but I've loved red long before that turnip got in office. So the lesbian goes to the salon to get her hair fixed, but the coot told her she was a bad mom. The truth hurts. I'm sorry, you are. I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. I ain't going to say it to your face. If you decided to watch this video that said roast, well, honey, you signed up for the punishment. But yeah, you're a piece of shit mom. I could tell that from a mile off. The whole like being in prison. Like, if you in prison because you killed somebody that abused your kids, that's a good mama. If you in prison because you was on drugs, no, girl, you could have gotten some help. And you white? And you white? Black people, we got a different set of circumstances where it's like, no, you really may not have done shit. But you're white, so we know you did it. You done did a bunch of stuff you ain't never gotten caught for. So the heifer go on and get some long extensions in the sideline. So to me that says she going back to her coot. And he calls and says, I want to talk to you and apologize. And she's like, I don't know. Send me the details. AKA send me a payment. Back with confused Devante's hussy. She's on the phone with her prison puss. Oh, baby, I'm so good to hear your voice. Ooh, you are an ugly user. And I'm glad this show is airing you out. This heifer on the phone with her like, yeah, let's go out tonight. Devontae bringing her clothes to the sideline. It's sad. If you was going to treat me like a king, I'm fucking you. I ain't going to. I'm like, it's not going to get any better. I mean, you could, of course, I'd do better than that. I couldn't date nobody that looked that confused. You got to be sure of yourself. Even if you're wrong, be sure in it. Be able to rationalize what you're doing. He can't rationalize nothing. I can't do it. I need critical thinking. Hell, I need thinking. So this heifer going to the bar for the first time, and she said, I don't know what's going to happen if Tia shows up, but I know I'm looking like $1,000,000. No, you look like the $60 you charge. So they out at the bar with some other girl she knew in prison, Devontae's friend, and she looking for Tia as Devontae's trying to get to know her and ask her a couple of questions. They like, who are you looking for? Nobody. I mean, my friend might come. Just bad liars. The friend asks, have you slept with Tia? And she's just like, and she going home with Tia tonight. And Devontae, you're going home with a bill and your toy. You already got Nicole Jr. She gonna say, I only slept with her one time. And he's like, I can't even touch you. Are you starting to see you've been a fool? I mean, a decent date is one thing, but just sending money? Nah. So as they start to pry deeper and deeper, she says, you know what, before I out myself for cheating on him while I was in prison, I'ma shut up and go call my girlfriend who wasn't able to make it. She said, I'm not coming to that mess. We can do a one-on-one. I don't need to meet your mark or your moron. Now you want to jump in? Who the fuck are you talking to? The same woman who's been eating that puss before you'll ever get a whiff. You embarrassed me in front of my friends. You embarrassed yourself in front of your friends. But then again, you've been embarrassing yourself all your life. I mean, he is the definition of delayed. Back with Brittany, aka Trowel, Ray's getting out of the halfway house and heading to her home. Good luck, Alpha. He seems a little delayed, too. So she happy he on home confinement. She like, oh, you can't cheat. You can't leave the house. If that's the only way you can get a man to be faithful, that's sad. That's just sad. Now, Ray, why are you trying to meet Trowel's family this fast? I'd worry about getting my relationship right with Trowel, but Trowel mama don't want to meet him. Well, I wouldn't rush it. Ain't like it's Thanksgiving. She'll come around. Besides, he's a loser, so it won't last long anyway. Sometimes you just gotta let a heifer hurt her head. So, back with Leslie Knope, her fool wants to go see his pappy, and she's like, no, that's too far. Let's just play by the rules. Why they always want to stretch the rules the second they get out? I guess because they want to get them holes stretched back out, too. So Leslie Knope goes along, but she's like, I don't know who this is. This is the bad side of him. He shouldn't even be going to Kalamazoo. Girl, then I don't know why you didn't bring his pappy to you. But you really thought he was gonna do a 180 in 80 hours? Your pussy ain't that good. I feel bad for the kid because he knows about the bullshit. Back with Arnell and her imaginary man. So she going to get him some clothes, but he call and we hear him, but he say, I got some bad news, I can't see you today. For what? So he hit her up for a quick hundo while she outside the halfway house, even though she done bought him essentials. She said, where's that 100 I gave you? It's expensive in here. Y'all are so sex starved. I think it's just time for y'all to get some escorts. I really do think that would help knock the dust off that thing, and then maybe you could look for a real partner. Across town, Trowel is getting ready to welcome home Ray. I think I may just call him Delay Ray. Or just Delay. She said she wants to see him grow up. Girl, we want to see you grow up. So right as Trowel thinks she's gonna get some home confinement cock, get her some ankle bracelet ass, some parole phallus, the grandmama pop and Trowel marches over there like, what you doing here looking for my man? Back with the coot and his lesbian, Lisa came in full lady drag, clomping in those heels, walking just like Rob Dixon. So she's like, look, coot, you got one more time to talk to me like that. One more time. It's on my terms now. Okay, heifer. He said, where were you? She said, I'm at a hotel that you gonna reimburse me for. He said, sure. No problem. He's like, all right, I'm gonna take a little slap on the wrist, a little slap in the wallet. So she trying to talk to him about coming into her world, and he trying to get the pussy. You married an old horn dog. Back with confused Devon, he's telling his heifer, you ain't comfortable sleeping with me, but you comfortable spending my money. The little hoe gonna say, you did it because you wanted to do it. No, I did it because I love you. No, you did it because you're a fool, an idiot, a mark and a moron. This is a moment when I need you, Devontae, to check your stupidity. She gonna say, I would have been with you if you hadn't spent all that money on me. And you gonna say, yeah, right. So then why are you with her if she's only with you for the money? Why? Idiot. He says, so when am I gonna get the puss? She's like, look, I'll come home with you and we gonna see if we sleep in separate or the same room. She gonna milk your money. She gonna milk your money. You ain't gonna see pussy lip to first, but you gon' pay. You've already spent $500. That was just a date. She's gonna milk your money. She's gonna milk your money. She's gonna milk your money. Steal your money. And you just giving it away. So confused Devontae and his hussy get back to the heezy, and he's like, come on over to your man. This is when the sugar daddy wants his sugar. Child, she rub up on him for 2 seconds and said, okay, I'm going to the guest room. I'm going to see you later. She's like, please, if I give you the puss now, it's a countdown until the relationship is over. I got to keep your nose on that hook, by hook or by crook. The definition of a chump, is to pay all this money and then go home and play with a plastic pussy. That's a chump. A simp and a chump. Oh, Lord. So we back with Leslie Knope at this backwoods family reunion, and now they got to embarrass the little boy reading his letters. He said, don't speak of those. And don't embarrass this little boy on camera. Don't do that to kids. But then again, these are clearly some ain't shit relatives. So Ashley, his sister, wasn't very good to his son, which is why he ended up living with Leslie Knope. Child, so the babies start crying. Leslie Knope comforting him. He cussing his family out. Leslie was right. Y'all shouldn't have gone. Well, that was the shot.